So is this collection worth picking up for your Super Pocket? Let's find out. Okay guys, Sunsoft Collection 1, is it worth picking up for your Super Pocket? In this video we're going to have a look at this collection and see if there's any issues that would stop this from being playable on your Super Pocket. Now this is actually the last of the console collections, the red label that I'm going to be looking at. After that I'm going to be looking at the arcade collections. Hi guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. So we're going to have a look at Sunsoft Collection 1 on the Super Pocket. Comes complete with 6 games. And it's a pretty interesting collection. I know this is a fan favourite out there. Not a massive favourite of the full collection. The games are very, very challenging. But I don't really see any massive issues why this wouldn't be good on the Super Pocket. I think the majority of them are, I think, NES and SNES games maybe. So there shouldn't be any massive issues with the shoulder buttons, for example. But anyway, let's have a look at the games. We've got Mr. Gimmick, Blaster Master Boy, Journey to Celius, Blaster Master, Aero the Acrobat and Arabian. All pretty reasonably decent games, some really good, but they're all very, very challenging. Let's have a look at the games now. Okay guys, we'll just start from the beginning. Let's have a look at Aero the Acrobat. I think this might be either the SNES or the Mega Drive version, I can't actually remember now. It's kind of a platformer of sorts where you need to like activate platforms, collect stuff, that type of thing. But it is very, very tough, pretty challenging. Certainly seems a trait with a lot of the games on the Sunsoft collection. So yeah, if you've not got the patience, then this might not be the cart for you. Don't like challenging games? Yeah, might want to forget it. But there's some good games nonetheless. So I need to like find 7-star platforms, basically stand on them and jump on them until they disappear, that type of thing. Now obviously it sounds pretty nice. This sort of music does tend to get on your nerves after a little while though. I can't remember, I'm pretty sure was this some kind of mascot for Sunsoft at some points, I guess, I don't know, maybe. This game's okay once you get used to it, but it does have its own irritations. It is pretty tough, you get frustrated. And yeah, it's one of those things that looks nice, sounds okay, but in reality when you're playing it, it's probably not the best game ever. Just a little bit too frustrating. There's nothing massively special about it. No, it's not a Sonic beater or anything like that. And I think if you've got this, or if you had a Mega Drive back in the day, you know, would you buy this over Sonic the Hedgehog? Highly unlikely. So guys, as you can probably see, it works great on the Super Pocket. Whether I like the game or not, doesn't really matter. It does work well on Super Pocket, it looks fine, there's no massive issues with texting or using the shoulder buttons. So the fact that this is obviously a Mega Drive title or SNES, can't remember, it's only going to be using the front face buttons, so absolutely fine. So plays great, looks fine, maybe not the greatest game ever, but it plays fine on the Pocket. Okay, next up guys is Arabian. This is, I think is a NES version based on an arcade title. It's pretty tough as well. So our main sprite is a little bit small, but the game is very playable on the Pocket. It's a tough game though. The idea is to try and collect the letters on the screen, avoiding the bad guys or taking them out by punching them. Ideally collecting the letters in the correct order to spell a word. So if you're dyslexic, then probably not going to work that way. Just collect the letters as you prefer, or spell out whatever you think is the word, I'd guess, I don't know. But obviously the word on this level is actually animal, but sometimes it is a lot more difficult to collect and try and spell out that word. So rather than messing about, I'm just going to have lambing. This game actually works really well, looks decent enough. It's kind of like that single screen thing on the Pocket. Apart from the small sprites, there's no massive issues here. Plays absolutely fine. Just beware, just like the other games, it is pretty tricky. Okay, moving on to probably one of the more known titles from Sunsoft, it's Blaster Master. This is NES. This is definitely a firm favourite out there. And as you probably expect, it's a NES game, this is going to work absolutely fine on your Super Pocket. No massive issues. Sounds fantastic as well. Although just like every other game on this collection, it's a challenge. It really is a big challenge. Although if you've got the patience, then you'll be rewarded with a really decent game here. So obviously on the Super Pockets you have those save states, so you can just utilise them, try and make progress past stages you probably wouldn't have made on the original NES. Maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't, but for me, probably just a wee bit too hard. I'm just going to go this gung-ho. Straight to the boss, where I'm going to die really quickly. Uh-oh. Oh, he's sucking me in. No snaggering in the back. Now I guess this is probably not that hard, you just have to have a little bit of patience. But me, patience? Nah, not my thing. Okay guys, for me this probably might be the best game in the collection. Arguably, a lot of people will probably differ, but this is a Game Boy game and this is Blaster Master Boy. I have to say that very slowly in case I completely mess it up. Let's crank that sound up. Certainly something that's really good about these games, the sound and music is fantastic, absolutely brilliant, and this is no exception. This is definitely my personal fave on this collection, Blaster Master Boy. Kind of like something like a Bomberman style game, which will become very obvious in a second. Very addictive, but yeah, just like the other games, still, it's a challenge. Yeah guys, this game is absolutely fantastic. Love it. It does become really challenging, you have to utilise the select button at the bottom here. Sorry, the start button. And it brings up this screen where you need to select between the different sort of upgrades. Different sections, like obviously you need to choose the water raft to go through the water sections. If you've got some, you've got a lantern to help you through the dark periods as well. So definitely be wary of that when you're playing the game. But as you can see, this game looks and plays fantastic on the Super Pocket. And we get to the boss, the ghosty boss. It's not that difficult, you just need to stay away, plant the bombs, let it chase you about the screen. Try not to lose too many lives. There we go. Okay, moving on to Journey to Silius, another NES classic. Let's have a look at it. An excellent sort of platform shooter. I think it was originally based on Terminator. They originally had the license for Terminator, but I think it got removed at the last minute, but they still made the game, changed the name. But a lot of the aspects you'll clearly see, it's very much like a Terminator style sort of movie tie-in. An excellent sort of platform shooter. You need to be strategic right enough, you can't really go gung-ho at it, or otherwise you'll probably lose your sort of health very quickly, very easily, and it'll be a short-lived experience. Great little game, but yeah, just like the rest of the collection, it is very challenging. Wish I could like shoot up, that would be really helpful. Obviously I'm not talking about drugs here. You know what I mean, try to aim up the way and it's not working, but you really just have to try and survive as long as you possibly can here. And you can move on to the next level. Don't play like me though. Okay, so Journey to Silius, absolutely fantastic, plays great on the Pocket. So that just leaves us with one last game, Mr. Gimmick. Probably the toughest game on the collection, but it's got one of the best music soundtracks ever. Let's have a look at it. Again, this is a NES title, and it plays fantastic in the Pocket. So far, no massive issues with the games. They're all totally compatible, totally playable, which overall makes for a really good collection for your Super Pocket. Just be wary that, yeah, the games are tough as nails, and this one certainly is probably the worst. Or the most challenging, I should say, rather than the worst. Oof. Thankfully you do get a lot of lives to help you, but you will lose them very quickly because the game is absolutely solid. Solid as a rock, really is. Okay guys, so that's the Sunsoft collection on the Super Pocket. No issues at all. Games play fantastic. No issues with text. Obviously you don't use the shoulder buttons as well. So a decent collection for your pocket. I would certainly recommend picking it up. Just be wary, obviously they are challenging games. You might get a little bit frustrated. But overall, a really good collection. Guys, thanks very much for watching. Catch you again in the next one. Bye for now. Still trying to get past this guy. Yep, he's a nightmare.